Hey guys, Blair from Automotive Supplies Group New Zealand. Today we're going to show you the AutoDiger AD100. The new one on the market, it's actually the AD100 Plus. Gives the user an option to update it when there is updates available. And there will be, because vehicles these days coming out are all LIN BSS systems on your alternators, and there's always further development. So it's always handy to have one that will update. This particular one is one of the very first ones. I was one of the very first people to get onto these from AutoDiger in Poland. We've been selling them into New Zealand since about 2015, maybe late 2014, when we saw the need that we needed to have a tester for testing smart alternators because there just was nothing else available. So I'm going to do some connections on this and run it up on an alternator and show you guys how it all works. Okay guys, we've got our AD100 smart alternator tester. It's connected up here. We're running it on also another AutoDiger product, the AD500. But we're not actually going to use the AD500 communication or anything for it. We're only using the AD500 just to run the alternator. So those of you with an older test bench that doesn't have computer control, this device will let you bring your test bench into the 21st century. You'll be able to use this in conjunction with your test bench as well, which is what we did before we had the AD500. We had an old 1967 Krypton, and anything sort of over 60 amps the thing struggled with, but you know, at least you could command the voltage up and down and get some sort of working out of it. Obviously with the new AD500 we don't have those limitations anymore. So anyway, our alternator that's in there is a Land Rover alternator. It's the Ford SIG system. We've connected the AD100 to the positive there and to the negative there. And I've also got an adapter plug, which you can see there. I just used some alligator clips to connect our AD100 into it. Rightio, let's power this thing up and get cracking. Just going to put the hatch down on this AD500. Right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to do a manual test today. Our pulley diameter is 57mm. Rotation is that way, it's already set there. Interface, we're not even going to have to worry about this because we're not really using this. So I'm just going to put it onto lamp, just so it thinks we've got something connected. So we'll start the test. And the machine powers up the AD100. And we'll just get the RPM going on the motor. So what you want to do is you want to scroll through here till you get to your Ford system, which is the SIG. So COM, this one here, does all your single wire communication, LIN systems, BSS, found on most Euros, starting to become a little bit more common on some of the Japanese stuff and the American stuff. DFM, which is your feedback. This is just a pulse width out of the alternator, just to inform the ECU or us how hard the alternator is working to achieve the desired voltage. C terminal, used in the likes of Hyundais and Hondas. LRVC, which is the system used in GMs, Holdens, Chevys. P&D, keep double pressing that bloody button. P&D on your Mazdas, being phased out though. Here's our SIG system. This is the Ford system that we're going to be using. RLO, real common on Toyotas. You can also use this RLO function for the 4-pin Mitsubishis, the later model ones which have a pulse width into the G terminal, I think it is. Yeah, the G terminal. You'd use it on that. So anyway, we need to select SIG. I've done that. Press OK. Now the alternator wants to do something. You can hear it starting to hum a little bit. And we'll just crank this voltage up. Okay. Now we want 14 volts. The test bench has 12.1. The alternator is at 94%. The reason is we're only at 650 RPM. So let's put it up to something about 1500, 1650. AD100 wants 14, we're seeing 14.1. The alternator is working at 20, let's say 27%. Now that's quite low, 27%. Can't see that screen, it's quite glary. But we're also only getting 7 amps worth of current. So what I'll do is I'll put this up to about 30 amps at the same RPM. A little bit. Still at 1650, 14 volts, we're asking for 45 amps, 50%. Okay? Now the only thing I'm going to change now is the motor RPM. I'm going to put it at full, 6000. Now the alternator doesn't have to work so hard to get to the 14 volts, so the percentage feedback has come down. Our amps have stayed the same. We'll put it up to 100. Yeah. We're asking for 14 volts. It's given us 14.1, 14.2, 60%. The commanded voltage and the measured voltage is within about 0.3 of a volt. We're pretty happy with that. It's plus or minus 0.3 as well. So the only thing we're doing here is increasing the voltage. Yep, so they'll go to 16 volts. Our current's crept up to 120, obviously the higher voltage. Bring the voltage back down, 14.5. We'll load her up. Yeah, it's sort of 55, 60%. Yeah, that alternator's starting to really work now. It's maxing out 95%. In fact, the voltage is starting to drop off. Those of you that have watched the AD500 video, that you'll know that this alternator actually failed. So it can't give us the 150 amps that it's rated to. I mean, it's coming back down to battery voltage. And in a Land Rover, it needs as much current as possible. Bring the voltage down. Yeah, so 12.9, it's maxed out on its percentage here. Put it at 14.5, and I'll just drop this current back. Oops, it off to nothing. So there's 80 amps here. So that's what happens with the feedback terminal. I'll just get this motor speed down, and we'll also put this off as well. I'll leave it there so it cools this alternator off a bit. So there the alternator's hardly working. In fact, if we actually put it up to a little bit higher in RPM, that would probably come down even further. Yeah. So the things that affect the percentage feedback is your load, current load, we've got bugger all, and your alternator rotation. These are the things to keep in mind when you're checking them on the test bench and on the vehicle. If you get a vehicle like this Land Rover and you try and get 15 volts out of it, but it's loaded up, the voltage in the battery is dropping off to 11.4 there, 120 amps. It's a pretty hard ask at 3000 RPM. What this alternator can't do, it's rated 150 amps. So all you'd need on a car is a amp clamp around the negative lead, or even around the positive lead of the alternator, depending on what's easier to get to. Although the thing is, with putting it around the battery, you're only measuring what's going into the battery, not what's being consumed by the vehicle. So when this thing's not loaded up, voltage wise, pretty good, but certainly doesn't pass this 150 amp test. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching the AD100 video today. If you've got any questions, you can email me and ask me. I've been using the tool since, like I say, about the end of 2014. We were the first in New Zealand to get them on the shelf. As you can see, we actually have a workshop, so we're working on the stuff as well, and we're seeing the problems usually a lot faster than conventional suppliers who are just selling parts based on what people see in the workshop that we don't believe that anyone else in New Zealand has. And the AD100 smart tester was certainly one thing. There's been a couple of suppliers that are selling an alternative to it, but we still believe the AD100 is the most user-friendly. It's updatable. The other ones aren't updatable. It does 24 volt, the new one does 24 volt LIN. There's iStars, what more could you ask for? Thanks for watching. Cheers.